Hi everyone, it is Muneeza. I'm coming at you live today from my office here in Connecticut. And I'm so excited to connect with all of you because it's been a while. It always happens when I'm doing a cleanse, it gets super busy and I'm not able to come online as much because I'm actually doing a lot of live calls for the program and I'm doing a lot of lives in the groups. And so it's just, it becomes really full for me. So I miss connecting with everybody else. And so I'm popping in here to say hello and to check in to see how you all are doing. How's the summer? Summer's kind of started in the Northeast. We're having some warm days. Hey, good evening, Susan Smith. We're having some warm days. We're having some pretty cool nights still. So it still feels like spring and not full-on summer. So I'm kind of hoping that our full-on summer will start soon. I know some people don't like the heat, but I absolutely love it. Sharon Kemna, thank you for being in the program. It was so great to have you there. Hey, Connie. Hey, Melanie, Cara, Trish. Hi, you guys. Everyone's piling on in. It's so good to have you here. Yeah, I just wanted to come on and start talking to you guys again. Hey, Laura. Hey, Jenny, Leslie, Cara. Oh, Amethysta says it's freezing in Oz. Yeah, well, you guys are down under. And down under, it's like the opposite season to what we're having. So when it's our summer, you guys have winter, right? So, but I'll tell you, Amethysta, your winters don't get as cold as ours. Hey, Kaneen. Hi, Kirsten, Kelly, Lone, Jackie. Hey, girl. Hey, is that Lone or Loney? I'm not sure how you say it. But anyway, you guys, I'm so excited to connect with all of you. Saraswati, hi. Cosette, hello. Julie, hi, Julie. How are you doing? So I just wanted to connect with all of you again, and I wanted to say that I'm really happy to come on live again and chat with you guys again because it's, you know, it's something that I know I love connecting with this tribe. And I want to explain to you what we're doing. We keep having to rejig our plan, and so I want to share with you what the plan is. Hey, Maria. Hey, Sandra. Hey, Taryn. Hey, Nicole. So we weren't going to do a summer program. You know, we decided that we'd just do the spring and then let it go. But you guys actually, so many people wrote in and said they wanted more support and they wanted a summer program. And I sat with it and I'm like, do I do it? Do I not do it? I wasn't going to do it. But then I also asked my spring cleansers a question about whether they really wanted a new program, you know, because it takes a lot for me to write a new program. It's a lot of writing, it's a lot of recipes. I said, if you guys don't want a brand new program and you want more of a coaching support group, then let me know. And everybody, like the vast majority of people said yes, that they want that. So we decided to bring that to you guys. Hey, Emily Nilsson. Hey, Liz. Cara, your Canadian friend visited Melbourne. It's so cold. Yeah, it is cold. Cara, your Canadian friend said it's cold, so it must really be cold. Canadians are even like tardier with cold than we are. Carol, hi Carol. I'm good. Carol, how are you? Hey Emily, how are you, honey? Sarah, hi. Alex, hi. How's it all going? Hey, so I'm really excited because summer brings on, hey Kathy, brings on the bounty of beautiful, beautiful produce. And so today I was indulging in yellow watermelon, which is one of my favorites. If you've never tried yellow watermelon, it is such a beautiful tasting fruit. And if you haven't seen the pictures yet on Instagram and Facebook, my children, hey Sarah, oh, it'll be awesome to work with eczema. It's a really great thing to work with. Claire, hi. Cara, yeah, I'm surprised to hear that too. That's really interesting. Alyssa, hi. Yeah, so my daughters decided to cut up some passion fruit and put it over their mango. And it's just, you know, my middle daughter, who's my foodie in the family, and she's like, oh my God, Mom, oh my God, this is so good. Mom, this is heavenly. And I just, I had to post their picture, the delight and ecstasy on their faces, because that's how I feel when summer's here. Because, you know, hey, Sandy, hey, Jane from Sedona, hi, Alyssa, hey, Ashley, how are you? So I feel really, really much better when the summer starts to come around and I have a little bit more energy. I'm sure all of you feel the same. And many of you, you know, some of you may have done the spring program with me, which was so good, and it was full on and intense, and it was an interesting program. We had a lot of people come on, more than we expected, but it was good. And we learned a few things about Facebook in that Facebook cannot handle very large numbers. So we're looking to actually shift our focus and actually go on to a new platform. And the thing is, when you're doing work for a lot of people and you're serving a lot of people, it takes time to figure out how to do it right. Hey, Sandra from Australia. Hi. Hey, Sherry. So it takes time to figure out how to do it right. So I know a lot of people wanted us to change the platform, and we are working on it. But it takes time. It takes time to work out the kinks. It takes time to figure things out. It takes time to test it and to make sure that it works, because the last thing we want to do is introduce you to a new platform that wouldn't work. So we're still going to be in Facebook for this round, and hopefully we're working out other solutions. And the one request we've been getting the most is for membership groups. And I'm going to put out a survey on Facebook. And if you're on my mailing list, I want to survey people and ask them if you're willing to tell me more about what kind of a program you want from us. I want to know. I want to hear from each and every single one of you. Like, if you need some kind of support in your life, tell me what it is. Tell me, write to us, tell us what kind of support you need, and we'll put out a survey. So let me know whether, you know, in a membership group, for example, I want to survey people and ask them, what kind of support do you want in the membership group? Do you guys want a weekly call or bi-weekly call? Do you want, how much support do you want in the group itself? Hey, Jackie, how are you? Jackie Ratcliffe, how's it going? Nicole, your girls are amazing. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you know what? It's really interesting to, you know, make it happen for the kids. It's a lot of work that goes into like feeding them right, because it's, even my kids, it's really easy to get, you know, veered off on something that's a little bit tougher, harder to eat, or not as good for them, because the temptations, and I'm not saying that they eat bad stuff, but like, I keep them really away from grain. I think that's my biggest struggle, is trying to keep them away from grain. We don't do sugar, we don't do any of the other stuff, but really keeping them away from grain is a struggle for me. Sandy, an affordable one. Sandy, you know, our spring cleanse was like only $117 for 2 weeks. So when we work out what we can offer as a cleanse program, that's about as low as we can go to make it happen with all the work that goes in. It's months and months and months and months of work. And I know you live in Australia, and I know the conversion is difficult and things like that, but we're working really hard to figure it out. And over here too. Maureen, hi, you're doing better. I am so happy to hear that. Thank you for coming on and telling me. That makes my evening. So happy. Heather Jarvis from Ontario. Hi, Jola, Deb, hi, new faces. I love seeing new faces. So if you're new to Medical Medium, or you've just kind of found Medical Medium, I am here talking about, you know, the fact that I do a lot of work with Medical Medium protocols, and I'm helping people apply them in their lives, and I'm helping them heal from that kind of thing. So Melanie says, how many people are usually in the groups? Well, Melanie, each one's been a little different. So we've had, our first group was about, you know, 200 to 300 people, and our second group was about the same. Our third group was about the same. And then our fourth group that we just ran was more, it was over 400. So Liz says, I'm kind of an independent learner until I hit a plateau. Tell me more what you mean by that, Liz. Kelly, hi. Casey, hey, Casey, how are you? Evelyn, hi, how are you? So, yeah, it's just, we're trying to, yeah, it's a big group, but we have a lot of admin support. So people think that, for example, it's just me. It's not me. I have a team of we're a group of 10 people who support the group, and we've been able to answer most questions for people. The one thing about the groups is that it can get really busy. So what we're planning to do, which is really exciting, is to tier them. So we'll have a basic level group, and then we'll have the next level group, and we're thinking about 3 levels. So people who are more advanced, who are more veteran, who can learn more. So it's been really fun and exciting to do this. And so I want to hear back from people what it's about. And we're about to, we've just started the RAW program, which I was saying in the beginning, if you weren't here, I was saying that we weren't going to do one because we just did the spring one. But people wrote to us so much and said, can you please provide us some support? So I decided not to rewrite anything for this particular cleanse. So it's the same cleanse as last year, but with an extended support system. So the cleanse is not just a cleanse. I want you guys to know, like when you see the word cleanse, it's not just the cleanse. You get the cleanse, you get the program guide, you get the recipes, you get everything, plus actually the bigger part of the program where we spend a lot of time in the group is answering people's questions. And so Carissa, yeah, it's going to be exciting to have a tiered group. I think it'll be fun and meet people where they're at a little bit more, because when it's a big group, then people of all levels are in the group. So Sarah said, I know what I need is moral and emotional support to stay on track. I'm an emotional eater, and the past year and a half has been very challenging. Yeah, absolutely. So Sarah, like being in a group, you really will get more support there. And if you want to check out, the program, I'm just posting a link here if you want to go check it out. Take a look, scroll around, see what appeals to you, what doesn't. It's 1 month of support with me and my team. And I know it's the summer. I know people are traveling, but so is part of my team. And I will be too, but we'll be on and we'll be answering people's questions and supporting you. And so people in every single group that we run, people will come and say to me that, oh, I'll be traveling for part of it. No problem. You have it forever. And, one of the reasons why we didn't switch platforms, and I want to be completely honest with you guys, the platforms that we looked at, one of the biggest things that was missing was the ability to archive a group. And in Facebook, we can archive a group, which means you can have all the information forever. And so in the other groups, you had to delete the group at the end of the group. There was no other option. So I know how valuable archiving the group is to all of you, because you get to keep the information for a long time. And I didn't want to go to a platform where you would lose that. And you'd never be able to get into it. Nicole Corinne, does your raw cleanse support the 28-day cleanse? It has elements of it which are clearly marked that these are medical medium pieces. But Nicole, what I'm teaching people to do is learning how to go raw. That's the real thing, is a lot of people cannot just go raw. It's really scary to go raw. And I want people to know that you don't have to go raw in this group. You can learn. I teach people, again, a gentle, graded approach to going raw. So you can start by cutting out the no foods, and you start by, we have a week of prep in this particular group. It's a week of working together to finalize your plan on how to go raw and how to do it, even if it's just for 1 day. If you haven't been able to go raw and it's just for half a day, you want to be able to do it till 4 o'clock, and you haven't been able to do it till 4 o'clock. We're teaching you what steps you can take and how you can formulate your plan to do it. That's why it's called an intuitive cleanse, because no two people are going to do it the same way. I want you to customize it for yourself. And what we do in the group is provide you that support on how to customize it for yourself. And in the group, you get a place to ask questions about your personal health, which is actually the biggest piece that people love is because even though I'm not doing readings for people, I'm using my intuition to answer your questions. So, oh, Nicole, you did the spring cleanser. You're wondering the difference. This will be way more raw, way more fat-free recipes, more raw, more focus on how to go raw, how to take it to that next level. The spring cleanse was still including quite a bit of cooked food, which if you are a veteran and want to take it to the next level, you do that. Plus, it has the option for you to do 3 days of juicing. If you've never done juice days, this is a great place to start to learn how to do that. And I talk about the different levels of fasting. I talk about water fasting. I talk about juice fasting. So you can learn what options are even as you go down your health food journey. Trish says, yes, I keep learning from programs we did months ago by rewatching and reading. Trish, I love the fact that you've even shared with us that how you keep coming back. You've done every single program that we've launched and you keep coming back because you always say to me how much you learn from each one. And that just warms my heart so much that you believe in us and are so committed to your own learning. It's just remarkable. So thank you so much for coming on and sharing that with everybody. Hey, Julie, wait, how are you? Casey says, I did 2.5 juice days last year for the first time, and it was amazing. Yeah, you can experience whole new levels of shifts in your health when you learn about how to do it. So supposing you're sitting here going, well, I still eat some no foods, or I'm struggling with no foods. How the hell am I going to go raw? Or how the hell am I going to have juice? Well, we teach you how to do that, and you don't have to do it all at once. Like, we'll say to you, try this. So we help you make one change at a time. So if you try this, and then you get to report back in the group how that one change went for you. And, even though it's a cleanse and we're talking about physical stuff, in your guide, there's always some emotional support tools. I always provide a meditation, and the meditation is about taking your power back. And it's all about taking your power back with your health, because so much of our health is about when we get sick, we feel disempowered. We're feeling like our control of our lives was taken away from us. We don't know what to do. Life is doing things to us and we don't know how to respond. So many, many, many of us have this experience of losing control in our lives. And so we provided a meditation that I recorded to help actually bring your power back from losing your power to chronic illness and to doctors and to family members and to friends and to your colleagues at work who either didn't believe you or didn't feel like something was wrong with you, that you were making it up, that it's hormonal, that it's in your head. So it's all about regaining that power, but also once you understand. So, Anthony William talks about how really when you eat raw food, that is really the most powerful way to eat for maximum health. And many of us cannot do that at first. Hey, Terry and Sandra, how are you? Many of us cannot do that at first. And so the raw program is about teaching you how to do it. It's not just about a plan that you get and you follow. It's really about how do you do it. Sherry says, I was in the last cleanse, but won't be able to afford it this time around. I did do the 30 days, and so I know I have it in me. That's awesome. See, Sherry, if this is not meant for you, it's not for you. It is for some people who want the extended support. And if you're able to go raw on your own, great. If you've just done the spring cleanse, great. It's not for everybody. So it is for people. This is going to be a smaller group because it's summer. It always is a smaller group. It's going to be a little bit more of a relaxed group because we have more time. And that's the other thing everybody requested was more time. So when you get more time, you can relax into the program. We have a week to prep. And this is a new thing we did. Like, I never did the prep before. So the prep is really for you to make a plan for yourself. So you get to choose what you're going to do, and you get the week with me to go through it. And I'm giving you feedback on what kind of plan you could create for yourself. So I think that that's really where I'm trying to focus this particular program, is for people who are wanting to take that next level, who may not feel confidence. Like, Sherry feels really confident about doing it. I love that. I love that you have that confidence. And this is for those people who may not have the confidence or who may have done it before, struggling with it, and want more support in the summer, because you see the summer is the perfect time to go raw. It's warm outside, it's hot, you can be in the sunshine, you feel good anyway, there's lots of raw produce available, lots of fruit available, so it's much easier to do it. And if you want to capitalize on your health this summer, then this may be one for you. And Maureen, it starts on the 24th of June and it will run until the 22nd of July. I'll just post the link here. You can check it out. I just posted the link right below, so you can click on it and check it out. Trish says, your programs keep me motivated and learning deeper info really keeps my interest so I can continue taking my healing to the next level. You never disappoint. That's why I keep coming back. Oh, thank you so much, honey. You're just amazing. And you're not the only one. You know, there's actually many, many people who, Nicole, you'll be able to enroll right up to the 23rd, yes. So it is about supporting people, and it is about really helping people understand how to take it to the next level. Sandra, you do raw until 4, but it's winter here in Australia. Yeah, Sandra, you know, it took me years to learn how to be able to cope with going raw in the winter. It's hard to do. It's hard to do. So we have warming recipes to help you when you're in a colder climate, or even if you feel cold because of your viral issues, you can feel too cold. So then we ask you how to bring warmth into your program so you can try at least 1 day or 2 days of going more raw. Julie says, I struggle with all raw. I really need this kind of support. Then go for it, Julie. It'll be great to have you in the program to do the all raw, because and we don't start with all raw. You have to remember, we don't start with that. We start a lot gentler and we guide you into it step by step. You know what? Also, going all raw becomes emotional for us. It did for me. I spent a lot of time being very emotional when I went raw for the first time ever. It brought up a lot of stuff inside me. It brought up a lot of difficulty inside me, a lot of emotional discomfort around me. Tammy says, I love your cleanses, vacationing this time. Tammy, I love having you in the cleanses, but I totally get it. You know, it's summer, it's relaxed. People want to be taking a break and doing their thing. Mary Jo says, Muneeza, do you eat raw all year round? Mostly raw. So in the winter, I'll bring in more warming foods. I bring in more soups. But in this season, I am almost always 100% raw. And in the fall, like I said, in the deep winter, I do eat a little bit more cooked, but it's still mostly raw. And I'll tell you why. I don't feel good when I eat more cooked than raw. I only feel good when I eat more raw than cooked. And that's just something that I've had to understand about my body. Michelle says, right, I'm always freezing. Air conditioning at work doesn't help. I would need lots of warming. I did too. You know, when I was a teenager, I lived in Oman, which is a country south of Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates. And I went to school there. I actually finished high school there. And I was writing an exam, and I remember being in the exam room, and I had a sweater that was like that thick. It was a wool sweater, and it was July. It's the hottest time of the year in a Middle Eastern country. The temperature outside was about 140 degrees, really, really hot. And I was inside because they blasted the air conditioning, wearing my sweater, and I would come outside and I would still keep wearing my sweater for almost an hour until the sun warmed me up enough that I could take my sweater off. And even then I'd be pretty comfortable. But a lot of people in 140 degrees would be really uncomfortable. So, so Heather says, what are the benefits of being raw versus plant-based? I'm still talking about plant-based, a plant-based program, that you could be raw plant-based versus cooked plant-based, and the ratio between the two. So are you cooked for 30% of your day, or are you cooked for 60% of your day, or 100% of your day? and you're sort of figuring out whether you can take in more raw food that is basically plant food that's not cooked. Does that help? I wasn't quite clear on your question. Hey, Karen Mueller, hi, how are you? Julie says, I really need sweet potatoes because of the overabundance of estrogen. So how would I get that power without eating sweet potatoes? So we would be able to suggest foods for you that could help with that. But also you're able to, you may not know this, but on many occasions I have juiced a sweet potato raw. So you just put it through your juicer and you get a raw sweet potato juice, and you can still have it in that form and you have it raw. And a lot of people think, oh God, that must taste disgusting. But it actually, sweet potato juice tastes really yummy. And you put a little cinnamon in it, and I would put a little nutmeg in it, and I would put some of those fall spices in it, and it just has the most spectacular taste. I did, at one point, I did 60 days of juicing years ago, and my juice fast ran into Thanksgiving. And so my Thanksgiving juice was raw sweet potatoes with with all these warming spices in it. And honestly, it was so good. Like everybody at the table of 12 people tasted my juice because it was so delicious and they loved it. And so Alex says, does it mean going raw, you detox more? Yes, you do. You detox more, which is why it can, once you are able to do it, because not everybody can at first, can detox better and faster. Sherry says, I feel better raw, but cooked food is comforting. Yes, it is comforting. And the journey that you will take with me is an understanding and exploring the different ways you feel into cooked and raw food and what it can bring up for you. So you know what, Sherry, if you're with the comfort and need that for your nerves, that's okay. It's okay. It's okay to need cooked food. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not unhealthy. It doesn't mean that it's holding back your healing. It's just what you need in the moment. And that's listening to your body. That is what we are teaching about being intuitive about what it is that you need. And you can need that, Sherry. It's not permanent, right? So you can need cooked food for a little while, and then you might find a day that you can go all raw and you'll be like, oh, I'm okay, you know? But it's about learning how to listen to your body. So Heather says, sorry, I just meant what is the benefit of eating raw veggies versus cooked veggies? So Heather, the difference is in more detox, more nutrients. When you cook your veggies, you actually lose nutrition every single time. Anthony, actually, I think people got a little confused when he talked about tomatoes, and he said that tomatoes were actually, they increased some of their nutrients when you cook them, but it's only a couple of things that increase. Most things in a tomato actually decrease when you cook it. Like with most foods, when you cook them, you lose a lot of nutrition. And the reason that cooked food is comforting is because it slows the detox down. So it's not as, your body's not working as hard and not feeling as uncomfortable. So it's really comforting, and it's warming. So warm foods actually make you feel comfortable too, make you feel better. And they're not as detoxifying, and they're not as, strong in your body that way. So I hope that makes sense. Hey, Chris, how are you? It's been a long time. I haven't seen you here. For some weeks, I've noticed a lot of sagging skin on my face and lines of smile and forehead mark too much. How can I improve that? Chris, really, aloe would be the best thing to help you with that. Connie says it takes time, but it will change your life. I'm now off insulin. Connie, you've had an incredible story. You had a thymus autoimmune condition, and I'm forgetting its name. It's with an M. But you cleared that just by going raw and taking the right supplements. Like, you shocked the community, and you were also labeled a diabetic, and you turned that around. You're not taking insulin anymore. I mean, your healing journey has been mind-blowing, Connie. You're one of the most fierce women I know, that is devoted to her health and her healing all the time. Grace says, how do you know if fully raw is too much detox for your body to handle? Grace, I teach you to listen to you. Teach you to listen to your body. So if you don't feel good on it consistently for a long period of time, then you would learn to shift that. Trish says, is it okay to eat other potatoes raw? Yeah, eating them is harder, but juicing them is the way to make it work. So Nicole says, does it take water to digest cooked food? Yes, it does. So cooked food is dehydrating. And so it will pull water from your body because it has nothing in it, right? Yes. Myasthenia gravis is what Connie healed from. It was a remarkable recovery that shocked every doctor that she had ever worked with who was taking care of her. Nicole says, where living water is there automatically with raw food? Not sure what your question is. It's not making sense to me. So yeah, if you're eating raw food, you're eating living water automatically. Mary says, what percentage of raw would you suggest for children's daily intake? My girls eat a raw breakfast. They eat a 50-50 lunch, raw and cooked. And then snacks are mostly raw because it's fruit. And sometimes they'll have other stuff in there. But many, many days their dinner is raw because they choose to just eat fruit with it. So, or they make a smoothie. So it really depends on your child. If you teach them how to listen to their bodies and offer more raw, and if they're still hungry, you've got to really see how it goes with children. It's definitely a kind of watch and learn and watch them and help them listen to their intuition, ask them how their body is feeling, things like that. So Julie says, we've been taught that cooked foods are easier to digest, but they really don't know what's best nutritionally. Yeah, well, cooked foods can be easier to digest for someone who's got weak digestion, right? So if you have weak digestion, which most of us do, just simply from the exposure to toxins, then cooked food is easier to digest because it's not so detoxifying. The reason that raw food makes your stomach go blah is because it's pulling so much toxins out into your gut. And so your body has to work harder to really deal with it, right? Yeah, so Stacy, yeah, way to go on your healing, Connie. She's a warrior. I'm telling you, this woman is what she has gone through in her life. I don't think I've met anybody who's gone through what Connie has gone through in her life, and I've met thousands of people. She is a real warrior in everything that she has shifted in her life, and both personally and both personally as well as in her health and in her work and in her life and her career and how she's raised her kids. It's just through, having a situation where it was hard to, feed them the right stuff, and like many of us experience. But her kids are amazing. They understand nutrition so well. And Connie, I hope my kids are going to know as much as your kids know about nutrition and what's right to eat and they're like, does this have gluten? Does this dairy? Is this eggs? I mean, they're on top of it. It's amazing, amazing, amazing. And she's got teenagers, so that's really commendable. So I just wanted to say, if you guys are interested or curious and have questions, please email us at team@muneezaahmed.com if you have questions about the program. If you have questions about going raw, if you have more concerns, remember it's a whole month of working with me and my amazing, amazing friends and admins who come in, and they're so committed. And these admins, by the way, they are volunteers. They do this because they believe in medical medium. They do this because they believe in the power of these protocols to heal. So they're in there, and we are like so committed to helping answer your questions, and we've reorganized the groups to make it easier. So it's totally happening. How many of you are saying, would you consider a webinar and education for our kids? I would do a webinar for educating kids. I would. It's in the works. It's on our plan. It's coming. It's a lot of work, you guys. You have no idea. It's so much work behind the scenes to put on even one webinar. We're definitely going to do, hey, Susan Gabriel, how are you? Nicole says, my daughter listened to Anthony's Facebook Live, and now she says, bye-bye troublemakers when she drinks her juice. That is an amazing moment. That's so great. I'm so proud of you, Mama, for doing that and helping her get there. How great is that? That's amazing. Amazing, amazing. I know, it's just so great. Karen says, I just did the 2-week cleanse and it was amazing. Definitely something to do for yourself. Oh, thank you, Karen. It was a pleasure to have you in the group. You guys, this group was amazing, this last group that we did together. Teresa says, hi, Teresa from Ukiah. I'm so happy to have you here. So I know a lot of you have been asking a lot of questions about going raw. Look, if you're wanting to do it on your own, summer is a great time. Sherry says, will you do this next time in the summer? I want to join, just not the right time. I'll be weaning off Klonopin for some time. Oh, yeah. Weaning off Klonopin is definitely one that you need to. That's a good one to wean off of, but it takes effort to do it and to do it right. So I really applaud you for taking that step. Nicole, you're welcome. Thank you so much. You guys just are rocking it out, man. So tell me, what are you guys drinking? What have you got with you? You know, people, right? We always have a drink or a fruit or a meal or a snack nearby. I just finished snacking on yellow watermelon, which is heavenly, by the way. I love red watermelon and it is also heavenly, but yellow watermelon rocks. Aisha, hi, honey. It's good to see you too. How are you doing? You got aloe water, ginger. Robin Schrock, hi. She's got ginger lemon tea. That sounds good right about now. That's amazing, amazing, amazing that you guys are so on it. Trish, cranberry flesh, shaga tea. Melanie, I'm gonna make myself some shaga right after this. Samantha Ross, coconut water. Susan said, my heavy metal poisoning symptoms are gone. I would high five you so hard right now. That's amazing, Susan. Sandra says, I'm drinking my heavy metal smoothie. Awesome. Heavy metal smoothie, cranberry lemon juice, pomegranate juice. Oh, I love that. In the fall, I get pomegranates by the case and I juice them. It is so good. And I never thought I'd get nauseous drinking pomegranates. It's so detoxifying. One day I had like 1.5 glasses other than my usually 1 glass. I was like, oh, I'm going to get nauseous. I think I'm going to throw up. So a lot of detox can come up all at once because these foods are so powerful. Like, you don't realize if you take enough of some of these foods, you're going to start feeling detox symptoms because it's working in your body. And then people blame it and say, oh, yeah, that's just not good for me. But that's not what it is. It's a complete misunderstanding of what these foods can do for us. They're so amazing. So incredibly amazing. Terry, that's amazing. Natalie says, thyme and rose hips tea. That's so good. Chris says, Chris, I'll come back to your question. Cosette said, honey lemon water. Amy's having red clover and nettle tea. Erin, watermelon juice. You go, girl. Kara says, I'm washing celery juice while I listen. Nicole's got cucumber, radish, beet, garlic, greens, and steamed potatoes with honey. That sounds good. Nettle leaf with honey, fruit infused water with wild blueberries. You know why I ask? You guys have great ideas. It's so inspiring. Fruit infused water, lemon balm, raspberry leaf tea, hibiscus tea, shaga latte, HMDS too quickly, then you feel dizzy. Yeah. Grace says, during a raw cleanse, should we do less aggressive herbal supplements? It really depends. Like, this is something that you have to feel into for yourself. You know, we talk about it more in the program, but it's really an intuitive thing that you have to decide whether it's something you want to continue and how the supplements are doing for you. I don't recommend ever going cold turkey off of them, but I do recommend that if you feel like it's too much, then you can definitely change up your plan. Nicole says, yeah, when you learn the truth, it's comical. Lawyers cry. It's so true. So Sherry says, you made my day seeing you, was feeling off with symptoms, you uplift. Oh, honey, thank you. I'm so glad that we could do that. Is shaga a definite detox? Can you drink and eat to detox but somehow not be detoxing? Your body's always detoxing, Amy. Always. It's always getting rid of the bad stuff. So things can make it increase and things can make it decrease. Laura is having the thyroid healing juice. That's a good one. Awesome, you guys. So if you have questions, Chris, you asked a question. Chris, I would email our office, honey. It's hard to do that kind of question here because it's pretty in depth. I'm sorry that you were in the hospital again. But email our office and we'll take it from there for you. Sandra says, earlier this year I was eating 75% raw and broke out in a terrible rash. So guess what? When I first went raw, Sandra, I broke out in upper body eczema all over. So that's because your body is finally getting all this raw food to be able to get rid of toxins. And so some of the toxins start to come up through your skin. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. It didn't bring on the symptoms, but you can definitely slow it down if you wish, or do the things to actually clear the toxins that are causing the eczema and the metals that are causing the eczema, if that makes sense, right? So hopefully that all is kind of making sense. If you guys are at all interested in the program, we are doing a support program for 30 days, and I'm giving you the raw food cleanse with it. It's the like I said, we didn't rewrite the cleanse. It's the same cleanse as last year. And if you're not looking for cleanse support, many people said to me, so the number one thing when we did the surveys, number one thing, people said, we want online Q&A. Well, you got that. Number two, people wanted live calls. You got that. Number three, people said that they wanted some recipes. So recipes were like third on the list. More what people wanted was the online support and the calls. So we are giving you that. We've got 5 calls. We've got me coming on to the Facebook group in designated times to answer your questions. And you have the support of the whole admin team who's going to be rocking it out. And so will I do this cleanse again next time, or Sherry? I don't know, because we may change up how we do it. I will offer something for the summer because it seems to be a really popular time when people want to go raw. And so I'm happy to support that. I just don't know what it will look like next summer, whether it will look the same or look different. I don't actually know that. So we will offer something. Robin says, me too. Raw gave me eczema. I was happy to get it. High five, Robin. See, that's how I look at detox symptoms. When I'm like rushing to the bathroom, I'm like, oh my God, I've got like so much diarrhea coming out of me. Or I start to feel nauseous. I'm like, okay, breathe. This is good. This is helping. So there's different ways to look at it. And I think that, you can learn how to work with your body. That's the most key thing that you will learn, is learning how to work with your body and getting tips from everybody on how to work with your body. It's really, really powerful. Amy says, I loved your question. What is the difference between a flare and a detox? But I don't quite understand the difference since my skin flips with both. Is a flare a form of detox and die-offs? No, it's not always a form of detox and die-offs. It can just be the virus got exposed to something and it's happy and expanding in your body. That's a flare. So Jolene says, I feel so centered when I hear your guidance. I'm grateful that you have that experience. I'm so grateful to be able to support people. Nicole says, thank you, Muneeza, and the entire tribe. Can't wait until the 24th. So ready to keep attacking the viruses. My soul sister said how much clearer my eyes and liver felt to her. I said, because of the spring cleanse. High five, sister. Thank you for sharing that. We're all powerful together. Last cleanse was awesome. Won't be doing this one, but interested in new recipes or volunteering for you. Awesome. Sue, connect with our office if you're interested in volunteering. Anna says, I'm waiting for retirement to do raw. Oh, honey, Oh my gosh, I know. Well, you have a really busy day, Anna. You're like in with patients all day long, and that's really hard to do with your kind of work and lifestyle. So, yeah, hopefully you won't have to wait till you retire to be able to do raw. I hold a vision, Anna, for you to be able to do raw much sooner than before you retire, girl. Um, Terry says, I just wish I knew for sure if it's detox or a big flare. You have to have faith for sure in the power of this program. Yes, you do. You really do, because it's not for the faint of heart, Terry. It's something that a lot of people need to really delve in and own and understand for them to be able to go through with it. Because if you don't believe in it, it's hard to do something this tough with this many changes, with so many people who don't believe in you, if you don't believe in it. So I agree with you. Terry Richardson says, thank you for all you share. I'm hoping to be able to join a cleanse someday. We'd love to have you, Terry, whenever you're ready. Amy says, how may we stop a flare expansion when we're already detoxing and diligently on the protocol? You just have to keep at it. With some people, some of the toxins are sometimes it's so toxic that it can be a continuous experience of a flare type situation. So keep at with the protocols, and over time, so time will help it get better. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Look, if you have any questions, if you want to know more about the program, if you want to know more about how we support you, which is really the bigger part of the program, is how we come on and support you. If you want to take it next level, if you want a group, please jump on. I love having this Q&A about detox. I love having this Q&A about raw and anything health related, really. So we'll be doing a few more lives. Jump on, join us. Just come on and say hi. You know, I love hearing you guys say hi. It's so energizing to me to connect with my tribe of people who eat like I do, who think like I do, who understand chronic illness like I do. It's a family, and I love you guys so much. I hope you have a beautiful Sunday night and enjoy all those foods and drinks that you're having. It sounds yum.